Yankiel Rivera versus Victor El Choki Sandoval, the Mexican. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. Let me tell you, man. Victor Sandoval. All right, I ain't know nothing about the dude till I seen him fight Ricardo Sandoval. Sandoval versus Sandoval, man. We'll never forget that. The first time I watched that fight, I remember tweeting, I'm like, bro, it looked like they in there fighting for their last name. Whoever loses gotta change their last name and ain't a Sandoval no more. God damn, that fight was a good ass fight, man. It was real back and forth. Victor took that fight on 2 weeks' notice, man. It came in there and gave that man Ricardo a great fight, man. Ricardo is known for knocking shit out, bruh. I seen him knock shit out a few times. I'm gonna cut it to y'all like this, right? We saw Yankiel fight Robles. I don't know if y'all watched the first round of that fight. Yankiel Rivera's weakness is the overhand right. Watch round 1 of the Dominguez fight and the Robles fight. Right hands. Right hands all day. It's going to take footwork and head and upper torso movement to be successful against Yankiel. But Sandoval's power might come into play. Yankiel does switch stances. In my opinion, he falls short and orthodox. You want to tread lightly with hometown fighters this weekend. We in Puerto Rico. Decisions are probably favored for the Puerto Rican fighters. Rivera's defense is very leaky in my opinion. Footwork is immaculate. But the head remains on the center line. Round 2 of the Robles fight. He pressed forward and had Robles in the corner and walked onto a solid right hand. Heavy over his front foot. Followed up with solid right hooks and uppercuts from Robles. Rivera's timing is solid, but sometimes he's just too flashy, and it costs him by getting hit with unnecessary shots. The thing Sandoval has that Rivera's former opponents didn't have, in my opinion, are activity, high volume, output, and power. Against Sandoval, when Sandoval fought Sandoval, he threw almost 1,000 fucking punches. All right? He's got a lot of knockouts, which means Yankiel is going to have some shit on his fucking hands. Okay? He's only got 5 fights. Yankiel's only got 5 fights. Rivera's got more fights than all Yankiel's past opponents put together. And Yankiel ain't been fighting nothing but undefeated dudes. I think he got one dude who had like a solid ass record, but he wasn't undefeated. I give Sandoval a chance to knock Rivera out. I don't think there's a chance there. I don't think he will, but bruh, he gave Sandoval a fat ass knot on his head. He bloodied his nose up, and we saw Dominguez hurt Rivera in round 9. Just Rivera got hit with multiple right hands, man, in round 9, and he had Dominguez swole the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? So you look at the Robles fight, he knocked Robles down, couldn't finish Robles. He fucked Dominguez eye up, couldn't get Dominguez out of there, and then in the 9th round, you get fucking rocked. You get fucking hurt. So listen, man. Talking to the peers, right? Didn't even think that if for whatever reason Victor doesn't knock him out, right? And this shit goes the distance, I believe Victor will have had enough output and volume and been effective enough with the power to where this shit might be a draw. Right? This shit might be a draw. In no way, shape, or form do I think Yankiel knocks out El Chucky. At all. Not even close. Fight to go the distance, minus 220. If you doing a parlay and you want something solid, that's what you throwing on a parlay. Fight to go the distance. I think this is 7 o'clock, so probably won't be the co-main. It should be, in my opinion. If it's not, I think it should be. It might be Fierro. I don't know. But if it's available for live betting, look for Victor. Look for Victor knockout. Don't get sucked into the decision. For either guy. You know what I mean? Just take the distance on the parlay. Sprinkle on the draw. If you got $3, how much is $3? This got to be 50 right here because the 14, 57. All right. Put your $3 on the draw. All right. If you big balling, shot calling, put your $50 on the draw. You know what I mean? Personally. But again, if you're building a parlay, you want some solids. You know what I mean? You want some solids. You want some most likelies. Of course, the odds makers think it goes to. I think it goes to distance too, because Yankiel's a hell of a boxer, but that defense is leaky, and he's in there with a puncher. So, there's a chance he could get knocked the fuck out. So, if you live betting, you looking for Victor Sandoval by knockout. Stranger things have happened. Yankiel might get a fucking knockout for once. Who fucking knows? But I think it's likely. I think it's unlikely. When I was watching the Sandoval fight, I remember they mentioned something about how Victor had like moved from Mexico to San Diego and hired a manager to get opportunities like the one he had got against Victor. And, you know, he was ready. That's why he took the fight on 2 weeks' notice, and he came in there. He's ready for 10 rounds. His weight was good. He was light on his feet. He was effective. You know what I mean? It just didn't go his way that night, but I remember Sergio Morris saying something in that fight like, you get this guy a full training camp and put him in there with a top prospect, that top prospect in there for you, it's gonna be a nightmare. I know some folks counting on Victor to be too slow. We know timing beats speed, and Victor has good timing. So, with that said, he's got the experience, he's got the power. Y'all know my play. Fight to go the distance, sprinkle on Victor knockout. Don't be surprised if it's a draw. If you got $3, lay it down.